Miguel, good to have you back with us. Your report that had just come out this morning showed that physical demand for gold actually jumped in August over July. Why?
Well, there's tremendous buying going on. I think first it was the poor housing numbers and the durable goods order that got the buyers coming back in for gold. And then compound that with the problems in Egypt and Syria, and gold just had every reason to go higher. And so the demand increased in all the markets. We see a lot of instability, like for instance in Egypt, in last quarter's report from the World Gold Council, demand for gold jewelry increased tremendously. And that's because of this uncertainty.
Now, what are you seeing with India? The demand there, obviously higher tariffs on gold imports in general. Is that where some of the biggest demand is coming from?
Well, India's always got a big demand, and it's a natural thing and a natural demand, and they're trying to solve the issue of the gold and the bleeding money out of the country. But unfortunately, it's taken another side to it that people are now buying the gold off the market and the rupees being hurt because of it.
Right. And looking back in the United States and Europe, are we still seeing physical demand jump in those areas as well?
Demand continues to be brisk and is increasing in all these markets at the moment. We're seeing for the first time in many months an increase in the gold buying.
So then what's the expectation moving forward into the final months here of 2013?
Well, really, expectations all depends on the numbers that come out, right? Because as any trader says, my book is only good as what comes out next. But to me, it looks like the jobless claims were poor again this week, and we're going to not see as good a GDP going for the next quarter. So I think people are going to continue to see gold moving higher.
Finally, let's turn to silver, up 20% in August. What was happening there?
Well, first off, silver was beaten down when gold dropped, so it really was undervalued, and a lot of people saw that and started buying. In fact, we have seen consistent buying the whole time that gold dropped and that silver dropped. There was consistent buying, and on the BullionVault exchange, there were always more silver buyers than sellers on the exchange. So there was more dollars worth of silver being bought versus sold.
So really focusing on that ratio between gold and silver.
Right. I believe they were focusing on that ratio, and we saw also that in August there was even an uptick. It looked like almost nearly 40% more buyers than sellers.
Interesting. Well, Miguel, it's always good to have you in here, and thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.